Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today's matchup features the Kansas City Royals versus the Seattle Pilots at Sick's Stadium. On the mound for the Royals today is Monty Montgomery, whose record is 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA. And pitching for the Pilots today is Jerry Stephenson, whose record is 6-6 with a 3.53 ERA. Okay, look, we lost yesterday's game 4-1. An absolute abysmal performance from us. I don't know how we could only score 2 hits and 1 run off of a pitcher who is 12-13 with a ERA over 5. The run that we scored was a sac fly, and it was due to an error, so it was unearned for Moorhead. I don't understand why the game calculated that their starting pitcher, who was a 500 pitcher, below 500 technically, was due to throw no earned runs against our team. And he struck out 10. So, I don't know. It's very frustrating. The good news is 2 things. One is Oakland also lost, as you look at the standings here. So we did not lose a game in the standings from that loss. And the other good news is we get Rich Rollins back today at third base. So Kessinger will go back to the bench. We will have Van Kelly in there at second base because Sutherland is tired. But if we could have Sutherland in the lineup, then we would really have our full everyday lineup of people that have earned our trust on a expansion team. I don't think a lot of the players that we have would be considered everyday players on most teams, but we've been making it work. We're 9 games over 500 as late as a week to go in the month of August. So we have to feel good about what we've done, but losing yesterday's game after that final game victory in the series versus Baltimore just felt like a real slap in the face. It was very frustrating. I even cursed a couple times. I apologize, half-heartedly. So we have Jerry Stephenson on the mound. He is looking pretty good against the Royals, a .265 batting average. Our bullpen is completely available with the exception of Diego Segui, who is listed as tired, and that's probably good. He's already thrown 72 innings. I don't know how much more we can ask from him. His rating has dropped down to 75, and interestingly enough, Marty Patton's jumped up to 80 after the last start. So he's been sub 80 for a long time now. So maybe the game is giving him a second wind, which we could really use. Here's our lineup versus Monty Montgomery. Just the dumbest name of all time. Rich Rollins back in there. So, as I mentioned a couple of games ago, our season hits leaders, as of right now, are Tommie AGEE with 97 and a tie between Sutherland and Rich Rollins at 95, if you were curious. So, there you have it. Okay, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Kansas City Royals. A little bit different than yesterday. Batting leadoff, playing right field, is Pat Kelly. Batting second at third base is Joe Foy. Batting third at second base is Jerry ADAIR. Batting cleanup, playing left field, is Dave Nicholson. Batting fifth at first base is Mike FIORE. Batting sixth and catching is Ed Kirkpatrick. Batting seventh in center field is Scott Northey. Batting eighth at shortstop is Rich Severson. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Montgomery. Okay, let's take a look here at Jerry Stephenson. He has definitely slid down the scale as the season has moved on. His ERA is up to 3.53. Still a really solid number. I mean, it's a career best. 132 and 2/3 innings pitched and 125 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .217 against him. Just take a look at his log, and you'll see he's given up 9 runs in his last 2 starts, going 3 and going 5. against Baltimore. And he struck out 9. He was just wiping people out. We tried to get him into the 6th inning, and that's when everything fell apart. I think he walked 2 of the batters, and then whomever it was that came in, maybe it was Dick Bates. When he came in, he gave up a 3-run home run, and 2 of those runs were attributed to Stephenson. So he's lost 3 decisions in a row, and as I mentioned, has not really looked good, and that's a problem for us now. But you can't argue with the overall work. It looks pretty solid, and he does go to arbitration at the end of the year. We will pay him to keep him around, mostly because his ratings are so high. He can find some value somewhere on our team. Here's our defense. We do have Kelly at second base, so that's an upgrade defensively. Deron Johnson at first, and our catcher McNERTNey. The only players in the lineup that are struggling defensively. Okay, let's go ahead and get today's game started. Here is Pat Kelly leading off versus Jerry Stephenson. And Pat Kelly flips it out to left center field. The ball will be caught by HEGAN. We haven't had Piniella in the lineup lately due to him being tired, also struggling, but he really excels versus left-handers, and we went on that streak where we played against so many left-handed pitchers, and now we're just on a run of righties. Joe Foy with 1 down, flies out to center, 2 quick outs. Here is Jerry ADAIR, moving up in the lineup to the number 3 spot. Stephenson jams him inside with a fastball. It's a ground ball to Kelly to end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning, exactly what we needed. Let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Pilots. Batting leadoff, playing shortstop, is Freddie PATEK. Batting second, playing left field, is Mike HEGAN. Batting third and back in the lineup at third base is Rich Rollins. Batting cleanup, playing first base, is Deron Johnson. Batting fifth in right field is Joe PEPITONE. Batting sixth in center field is Tommie AGEE. Batting seventh at second base is Van Kelly. Batting eighth and catching is Jerry McNERTNEY. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Jerry Stephenson. Okay, Monty Montgomery making his second career start. The 22-year-old right-hander pitched a pretty good debut. He's 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA. So he gave him 3 runs in 7 innings, including 10 hits. He walked 3, struck out 2. I guess really not that great of a performance if 13 batters reached base, but it was good enough for the win. Who did he play? Oh, California. Well, this is all you need to know. His fastball tops out at 92 miles an hour. He's a ground ball pitcher 40% of the time. His fastball's rated in 82. The changeup's below league average. Overall, he is a 79. As I mentioned, he's a 22-year-old righty, and he goes to arbitration in 1972. I tend to be concerned about these pitchers making their debut because for some reason they always do well against us. Taking a look at their defense, they struggle out there in left field with Nicholson and at shortstop with Severson. Kirkpatrick behind the plate today instead of Hawk Taylor. He's got a 72 arm. We could run on him all day long, but we really don't have anybody with much speed. Other than Freddie PATEK, back in the lineup today after getting a day off as his 16-game hit streak came to an end. He taps it back to Monty Montgomery. I did look it up. That is his real name. It is Monty Montgomery. 1 out. Next man up is Mike HEGAN. HEGAN's average hovering at 235. There's a base hit into center field. We already have half as many hits as we did yesterday against Dave Moorhead. And Rich Rollins, welcome back to the lineup. I feel great having him back. Look at that, a 275 batting average. He had 3 home runs, but his contact rate is awesome, and we always use him to hit and run in these situations, usually with moderate effectiveness. A ground ball to second. Doesn't work here. Does move HEGAN over, though. And we'll give Deron Johnson a chance here to drive in a run. Johnson, kind of the only batter other than AGEE, has shown some pop lately. And he strikes out on a pitch that was outside the strike zone. Shows that it was in there, but I don't trust the umpires today. We go to the top of the second inning. Dave Nicholson leading off. Dave Nicholson just passed away on February 28th. I saw it on the Baseball Reference website. So RIP to Dave Nicholson. 2-0 count. Popping it up on the infield right in front of the pitcher, Stephenson. Will he catch it? The catcher will step out and make the catch. So give the put out to McNERTNEY. 1 down. Here's Mike FIORE, and FIORE strikes out. First K for Stephenson, who's leading the team in strikeouts, at least for the moment. Now that Brabender's back, he might be able to regain the team strikeout lead. And Kirkpatrick taps it to third for out number 3. Seems like there's some delays. Oh, here we go. That's why, because we had a notification pop up. We go to the bottom of the second. Joey PEPITONE leading off. Unfortunately, we are playing an era of baseball where some of these ball players are reaching the age where they're passing away. PEPITONE passed away just a week ago. He walks here, runner on first for Tommie AGEE. AGEE back down in the lineup where I think he deserves to be. 230 hitter, 20 home runs. So close to having 100 strikeouts. He only needs 3 more, and AGEE gets a base hit. So a walk and a single for AGEE. First and second, nobody out, and Van Kelly at the plate. Van Kelly getting another start. He's got over 200 at-bats this year. A ground ball to second. Will that be a double play? It is. Even with AGEE running, that was an easy double play. And we're only 1 pitch away from running ourselves right out of this inning. Here's McNERTNEY in the number 8 spot. Still looking for his 10th home run. And a base hit to right. So PEPITONE scores. And we do jump ahead here in the second, 1-0. McNERTNEY, I just hate to see him go, but we will not re-sign him. He does go to arbitration. We're just going to deny him arbitration and give him free agency. He's 33 years old with a 67 rating. Anything that we get from him is kind of a bonus. And then we'll look for a catcher in free agency because we don't have anybody, as we've shown, that can catch every day, at least until Jim Sundberg makes it to the majors. He just needs a little more seasoning. Here's Scott Northey leading off the top of the third. It's 1-0 Seattle. Northey, ground ball in the hole at short. PATEK. It's been a little sketchy out there at second base, but he makes the place at shortstop, I should say. But he's been he's smooth on that play there. It's 1 down. That's going to bring up Rich Severson. And Severson, the number 8 hitter, walks. Wow, what a surprise. They walk the guy in front of the pitcher. That literally happens every ball game. Corners in. I would imagine Montgomery, in all of his 4 major league at-bats, probably going to try to lay down a bunt. He strikes. Oh, he gets it down. Good bunt. That's amazing with that screwball that he was able to get that bunt. It does move Severson into scoring position for Pat Kelly. This feels like a base hit coming up no matter what here. 0-1 count, and he pops it up. Will it be an error? Something has to happen. Okay, well, we'll take the out. We go to the bottom of the third. Stephenson looking pretty good so far. Here's Freddie PATEK back to the top lineup. We might get another hit streak going. Not this at bat as he hits the grounder to short. There's 1 out. Next man up is HEGAN. He had a base hit, scored our first run. Strikes out here. 2 down, and Rich Rollins Gets a base hit, so he's back in action. There we go. Good job by Rollins. He could actually end up having our... Well, how many at-bats does he have? Let's find out. Will he get enough at-bats to qualify for the title? So he needs basically 155 more plate appearances. No, wait, plate appearances. So he needs about 130 more plate appearances in order to qualify for the batting title. So in a little over a month, I guess he could do it. Which would, all I'm saying is that he might lead the team in batting average. Here's Deron Johnson. We need a big hit here as he flies out to left, and that's it. So we go to the top of the fourth. Stephenson looking good so far. 41 pitches. This could be the inning he typically falls apart. Popping it up on the infield. There's one down. Next up is Jerry ADAIR. Full count to ADAIR, and he walks it. So we need to keep an eye on him now. There's left-handers coming up. All of our starting pitchers have really maxed out their innings. I think he hits NICHOLSON. So, yeah, this is where we give it all back. That's too bad. There's nothing we can do here, so we just got to play it out. Infield single. So there, a walk, a hit by pitch, and an infield single. You can mark them all off on your bingo cards. And now it'll be a grand slam from KIRKPATRICK. And he walks him, actually. So we walk in a run. That ties the ball game. That infield single, by the way, was the first hit of the ball game. Now we have to pull the infield in. Like I said, this is the inning he always gives it up. That'll score 2. It's 3-1. And this game is over. 4-1. Yep. So we're just playing this one out now. Monty Montgomery in his second start will not give up another run. That's 2 for 2 for AGEE today. We're down 3 runs. There's no point in trying to have him steal or go for a double there. Will he be another double play? Another double play for Van Kelly. That's the second grounding into a double play today. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, Stephenson gave up the big moguling there. And now he's gone 5. We'll take him out. I guess Bosch, first off the bench. PATEK walks. HEGAN strikes out for the second time. New pitcher. We'll just bring in Dick Bates. Give him a couple innings. I can't believe this horrible Royals expansion team absolutely owns us. And there's nothing we can do about it. I don't know why the programming thinks the Royals should be better than us. That's the part I don't understand. But they beat us up pretty badly. Yeah, when Stephenson walked the number 8 hitter to get to the pitcher, that was when the game was over. At that exact moment. We were still winning, but that was the indicator of this game. As Montgomery's got 5 strikeouts. We're getting all these junk hits that mean absolutely nothing. 6 strikeouts for Montgomery. There's Pat Kelly. A 215 hitter getting another hit. A pass ball. There we go. Yep, we don't have one of those today. Because that happens every game, right? And then who we bring in for Bates here? Let's see. I guess Lou. He strikes out. Yeah, this guy's pitching like he's Cy Young. Unbelievable. I hate this game. It's such a piece of garbage. There's 8 strikeouts now. Yeah, I mean, if the 2023 version doesn't have some type of improvement, I'm done with this game. It isn't even worth your time. Bottom of the 8th. We're almost done. Oh, shit. An error by our shortstop, PATEK. That's like 3 games in a row he's made an error. So you can go ahead and knock the error off. Oh, there we go. There's a triple into the gap. That'll score a run. It's unearned, of course. So it doesn't really affect Ron Locke's ERA. That happens all the time. Every error results in runs scored because there has to be whatever the run total should be, but without affecting the pitcher and its ERA. There's strikeout number 9. Again, this is a second game in a row where a literal nobody has shut us down with our season on the line. What do we got here? We'll take out Locke. And we will bring in John Morris. He's only throwing 27 innings. I don't care if he gives up 15 runs. Yeah, he's going to be the only good pitcher of this game for some reason. Our worst pitcher is our best pitcher today. They're going to bring in a pitcher here in the 9th. They're bringing in Bill Kelso, who is making his 42nd appearance, 1-5, 4.37 ERA. Wow, the guy's walked, 20% more batters than he struck out? I mean, it's so stupid. He wouldn't even be in the major leagues. This game sucks. Oh, they're going to give us a bunch of junk runs right now. And there's a wild pitch. So we don't have a balk yet. We've had the pass ball and a wild pitch. We've walked in a run. I mean, my God, this game blows so bad. There's our junk run. I mean, not every game needs to have every baseball occurrence happen. I don't even know where that went. There's an error. Yeah, so they gave us one junk run. 7-2 loss. Let's take a look at the standings. Yeah, none of the teams are winning. And that is by design. I mean, that's exactly how the game goes when you're getting closer. No team is running away with their division. And that's the way the game designs it. Like, even if Houston was the best team in baseball, which they are, how are they still only 3 games up? How is the Dodgers the second best team in baseball? It only does that because it has to do that. The worst game design of all time is this game. I'd rather play Pac-Man for the Atari 2600 than play this frickin' game. Wow, like literally nothing happened. Right? Didn't even bother to have headlines, and I can't remember. Did we already do Mel Nelson? Yeah, Mel Nelson, because he did make it. So yeah, like the game can't even be bothered to have something happen. Everything happens in the ball game. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. It's a bunch of garbage. Try to enjoy the rest of my Sunday, which is what alcohol's for. We'll give it. There's no point in giving a player of the game to anyone, but we'll give it to Tommie AGEE. He went 3 for 4 today. At least he showed up. McNERTNEY drove in a run when he had that tapper that scored AGEE, but it doesn't really matter. AGEE had the double, so yeah, it's going to be AGEE. I didn't even see that's his 12th double. The guy's played all season with his speed, and he has 12 doubles. Stephenson's lost 4 decisions in a row now, and the bullpen sucks. So that does it. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh, yeah, also tomorrow is the 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay division review of the National League East. So we'll cover the New York Mets, who won the World Series, and all the other teams in that division tomorrow. It'll be a late upload, so you may not see it because I'm on the West Coast time. So, but it will be there when you wake up in the morning. And until tomorrow, everyone, have a great day.